What's up, guys? First off, I'd like to say welcome back to my channel. I am your host, Mike the Mechanic, and if you like this video, please, I'd really appreciate it if you were to give it a thumbs up and to hit the subscribe button, because it's completely free and it really helps out the channel. And today we have my 1995 Ford Windstar. I'll give you a little walk around. It's in a little bit of rough shape, not too bad. Just a little walk around first. I've done a lot of work to it already. These are really old tires, like 20 years old. So eventually I'm gonna put new tires on it. But it's been sitting on the property for around probably 10 years. So I figured I would get it running, working on it for a little while. Today we are going to be resealing the intake on top, and then we are going to be resealing the fuel injectors. So guys, just bear with me because this is one of my first videos on YouTube. If it's not the best, I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to get better, but this is what I got going on. I gotta pull this intake off and reseal it, and then reseal the fuel injectors because it has a bad fuel leak. It's cranking, but it's not firing. So, and it's got a spark because you can hear it fire with starting fluid. So there's a leak around the injector, so I'm just going to reseal the injectors with new O-rings. So let me get to it. So I'm going to spray everything down with PB Blaster first, because I mean, penetrating oil is your best friend when you got engine that's sat for 10 years. So you don't know how seized anything is. So we're learning together, because I haven't touched this car yet with this part of the job anyways. So looks like I'm going to be removing this nut right here, this line right here, this nut right here, and then this hose right here, and then whatever else I find, I'll bring you guys back. But I'm gonna start getting to work. So all right, guys, I'm back. For you guys, it's only gonna look like a second, but for me, it's been about an hour or two. As you can see, I got the intake off finally. It took a while because every nut and bolt on it is very rusty. So I sprayed it with some PV Blaster, and then this line is so rotted it actually just broke. So like I said, I got the intake off. Now I have to get the fuel rails off so I can reseal the fuel injectors. Right now, I had to take the vacuum lines off. I had to take the secondary air injection off. I had to take this off. I had to take the throttle loose. I had to take this bar off, this other bracket. I will update you guys after I get the fuel rails off. So there's that. When I figure it out, I'll let y'all know if I took anything else loose, but it wasn't that hard to get off. Just like I said, just that. I had to move this line out of the way. I had to take the vacuum lines off. I'm also going to be replacing the fuel pressure regulator right here. I just haven't done it yet. Like I said, I just gotta figure out how to get the fuel rails off. The fuel rails. This is the fuel rails. In case anybody doesn't know, I gotta clean the engine off, blow it with some compressed air. So I will update you guys once I keep going. All right, guys, I'm back. My 95 Ford Windstar. For y'all, it's only been a second, but for me, it's actually been another day or two. Remember I said I had to blow the engine off before I could do anything else again? I blew it off one time, but now I gotta blow it off again. And as you can see, I got the air compressor under that tarp over there, and I've got the air going. It took me a few minutes to get it set up, but it's just a pancake air compressor, so there's not a lot of pressure at all. But as you can see, I clogged the intake holes with paper towels, and I clogged the injector holes with paper towels, because when you're blowing the engine off, you don't want debris going into the injector holes, because when it does run, it'll run really rough. I clogged everything so nothing gets down there, but after I finished getting the engine blown off, Then I'm gonna unclog the injector holes, not the intake holes, but the injector holes in the back and front. I'm gonna blow down the holes because when I was taking the old one off, I had a lot of debris get inside the holes. So I'm going to blow the engine off, and then I'm gonna blow through the holes just to get any debris out, or try to. After I get it going, here, you know what? Actually, y'all can see me blowing it off, so I'll blow it off now. And when I feel like it's good, I'm going to unclog the injector holes and I'm going to blow down the holes. Get any kind of debris out that I can. But just a few more minutes probably. Blowing the engine. I know y'all can't see the rain, but it's raining here. So I'm trying to get it done. So it's not fun working in the rain, but and like I said, I'm just going to do this until I feel confident that it's good enough at least. Alright, now when I come back, I'm gonna take and unclog the holes now, here in a minute, and then I'm gonna start blowing down the holes. So I'll try to let y'all see that too. I mean, right now I'm just cleaning the top of the engine up from debris so I can get start getting the new fuel rail installed. But I gotta clean all the debris off first. So I'll bring you guys back here in a minute. That one, I just blew it out. When the vehicle starts, there could be actually air in the fuel system. So I would take and, after it runs, I would take and just cycle the key a few times just to prime the pump, just to try to get any air that is in the system out. That one's done. So now I'm gonna plug the hole back up because I'm about to do the one right next to it. Well guys, back. For you guys it's only been a minute, but for me it's actually been a couple of days since I took the intake off. The reason I was doing it is because I'm gonna figure out the fuel issue, because it was leaking fuel. So I had to take the intake off to get to the fuel rails. But I came out here just now and I started looking at it, and I actually found out what the problem is. It is the fuel rails. If you can see, I don't know if you can see that, but the fuel rails are rotted through. Right there, it's got a hole in it. But this one looks okay still. This one doesn't look too terribly bad. For a vehicle that's been sitting for a while, it's got a good bit of rust on it, but it's not really rotted through that I can tell. So it seems like it's just this one back here. Of course, it did have all kinds of stuff, so I had to come out here and blow the engine off. It had all kinds of crap and stuff back here from over the years. You can tell that this harness the cover of it has rotted. So yeah, now it's gonna need a new fuel rail. So I came out here and just noticed that. Which means that, I mean, it was only $6, but one of the parts I bought is no good now, because that's not what the problem is. So I bought because I hadn't, at that point in time, didn't look very good at it. I was just trying to figure it out, because I had never touched this van before then. This is really the first time I've started working on it. But I've replaced a couple of things, but this is the first time I've started working on this right here. So, now I'm gonna have to find some fuel rails before I can continue. So for y'all, it's not gonna be but just a minute before I'm back, but for me it's gonna be probably gonna be maybe a few weeks, depending on how fast I can find another fuel rail for this vehicle. So I will update you guys when I'm back. But until then, I'm gonna have to do some research and find one. So all right, see you guys when I come back. Alright guys, I'm back. It's actually at night. I actually just got off work, just got home. So you see a new fuel rail here. So last time I recorded was about a week ago when I told you guys that the fuel rail was rotted through. I had to replace it, but when I said it was going to take a couple of weeks probably before I could get a new one. Well, the thing was, I wasn't planning on getting one that same day, because, I mean, to y'all it's only been a second, but to me it's been like a week. So I wasn't planning on getting one the same day, but I actually did some research that same day and actually found one for cheap. So I went and got it because it was too good of a deal to pass up. So this actually came from a junkyard, because on this particular vehicle, These parts are not easy to come by. So, got a new fuel rail. I'm going to actually reseal the injectors. I'm going to take the injectors off, and I'm going to reseal all of them. So I'm going to put new O-rings on all of them, because I don't know how old these are. So even if they're good, I'm just going to go ahead and reseal them anyways, because I have new O-rings right here. So I figured, why not, you know. So I'm going to go ahead and reseal them. And these are actually all the parts I have right now for the windstar. I just got to find time to install them all, which all of this will be covered in different videos. So I'm going to have plenty of content for this one vehicle. But I was going to come home and put a new fuel rail in tonight. But, and I'll show you guys underneath the hood here in a second. Before I can put it on, I've got to reseal all the injectors, pull them all off and reseal them. That way I know for sure that they're not going to leak. I'll show you underneath the hood now, but it is dark. It's around 6:30 where I'm at. But right now, let me put the hood up. Right now, this is what I'm currently looking at. This is the vehicle without a fuel rail on it. And what happened was I actually had this bolt right here. When I was taking all the bolts out, this one right here, this one right here, there's one right here, and then this one. These are the four that hold the fuel rail in place. So you got to remove those before you can get it loose. But that one right there had actually was a pain in the butt to do because it stripped out. I couldn't get it out. What I did is I actually took a hammer and a chisel, and I broke the bracket, which I don't know how it happened, but when I got the bracket broken, the bolt actually decided to come loose. So I just took a 1/4-inch ratchet with a little socket, tapped it onto the head of the bolt, and I was able to back it out that way. So I was able to get it out. There's actually the old fuel rail right there. So as you can see, there's a lot of rust. This was the one that was rusted through, this side right here. That side right there. Finally was able to get it out. So when I come back, I will bring you guys back after I get the new rail ready to be put in. I would record the resealing of them, but I kind of can't hold the phone and do the resealing together, so I'm gonna have to get a tripod so y'all can see what I'm doing. When I get it prepped and ready to go back in, I will bring you guys back. All right. Guys, I'm back. For those of you who don't know how to take off a fuel injector and reseal it, when I say reseal, I'm talking about like take the fuel injector off and put 2 new O-rings on it to replace the old ones. And to do that, I'm going to try and record this, but well, actually no, I might not be able to, so I'll just tell you how to do it. So for whatever make and model you have, if you have a windstar, if you're working on a windstar because you're watching this video and you need to know how to do it, it's pretty much the same with any make and model, but with the windstar, to pull the fuel injector off of the fuel rail itself, of course you'll unbolt it, and there'll be a little clip holding the fuel injector onto the fuel rail itself. So I've already done this one and this one. Those two have been done because you can see the new O-rings. I'm working on this one now. Just like you see this one, this clip. I've already taken it off, but pry the clip off, so pry it off. And then pretty much you just pull the injector out of the socket. So let's see if I can do it. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to show you this or not, but so let's see if I can set this up somewhere. Let's see if I can. I'm not gonna be able to probably show you, but I'll try to. Pretty much you just wiggle it like that and pull. I just resealed the injector, new O-rings. Putting back into the fuel rail. You just you want to try to wiggle it around while you're putting it in. If you don't, it's better to use silicone spray to lube up the O-ring so it slides in easier. But if you don't have silicone spray, like I don't have any, just wiggle it while you're pushing. Mine just went in with no problem, so I just wiggled it and pushed up to seat it. Now I'm gonna put this clip back around it. get it in place and just push until it's seated. For the clip that I was just telling you about, I just got it seated, so that's all there is to it. I wish I could show you. So that's how you do it. To take it out, like I said, just remove this little clip, just wiggle while you're pulling, and then when you get it out and reseal, like I already did, these are new O-rings already, you can just wiggle it while you're pushing it up, and then when you get it fully seated, put that clip back in. And that's how you do it. That's how you reseal a fuel injector and put it back into the socket. All right, guys, well, as you can see, after a lot of sweat and tears, it finally got the new one in. I'm gonna have to go back and recheck this one though, possibly, because I don't know if that first one's seated all the way. But while I was doing it, broke a fuel line. So I'm gonna have to see if I can repair that somehow. Other than that, the new fuel rail is in and installed. Still got a lot of work ahead of me. Gotta hook everything back up. First of all, I gotta repair that fuel line. What else? I guess I can go ahead and hook the injectors up to the electrical. But I mean, as soon as I figure out some more stuff, I'll bring you guys back. But new fuel rail is installed. So like I said before, this bolt right here, it's a T30 by the way, and then this bolt right here, and then you got a bolt right here where my finger is, and then you got the bolt right there, which the original one got stripped out, so I had to replace it with a 10mm hex head, which it went in perfectly. So, and I kind of guessed on the size. Once I come back to you guys, I'll get it finished, and we'll see about that fuel line, because I can't do it today. I actually got to go somewhere here in a little while, so it'll be another day. Once I'm able to get back out here, I'll bring you guys back. All right, guys. I got the intake back on. As you can see, it's not bolted down yet, but it's in place. Got the bolts started. I just got to tighten them down. Once I tighten them down, it's just a matter of hooking everything back up. Although I do have to find a repair for this right here. So I'm probably just going to go buy another hose, stick it on there, 2 clamps. That should work just the same. I'm just going to get everything buttoned back down. We're going to try and see what happens. As far as I can tell, I did put a battery in to try to turn it over. It's not leaking fuel, but then again, I don't think it's getting fuel pressure, so we got to figure that out. So I'll bring you guys back when I get done and show you all the finished product. But still got to replace the fuel pressure regulator. So that might actually be why it's not getting fuel pressure. So I am going to replace that. None of the vacuum lines are hooked up yet, so that could be why it's not getting fuel pressure either, because it doesn't have any vacuum to pull. So we'll see. All right, when I get done, I'll bring you guys back. All right, guys, I'm back. I'm currently changing out my fuel pressure regulator, because for some reason I'm still not getting fuel pressure. I'm thinking that's probably what's going to be the cause of it. Not 100% sure. So in case y'all didn't know, the Torx bit that I've already taken it loose, but this bolt here and this bolt right here, there's just 2 of them. So I just take those loose, wiggle it out while pulling. This is my new one. I've had it for a good while now, so I'm gonna throw it on and see what happens. All right, guys, and I pretty much got it all buttoned back up. Fix this vacuum hose right here. This is the hose right here. It kind of rotted away, so I'm just gonna put a piece of hose and branch them back together. That later. Right now I'm doing the regulator. So here, I'll go ahead and where'd I put it? Right there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and place it on. All right, it's just that easy. So just put it in the holes. There's only one way it can go, literally one way it can go. So just press it in, make sure it's seated, and then just bolt it back down, those 2 screws right there, and then just put the vacuum hose on it. That's it. All right, guys, I'm back. It is the next day. The reason I stopped last night was because I had to go somewhere, and one of the fuel injectors isn't seated properly, or I wasn't comfortable with it. You can't really see that, but it's finally seated. It just took a little bit of convincing. Pretty much you just gotta twist and turn them until it goes all the way down. You can no longer see the O-ring. And this one took a little bit of convincing. I finally was able to tap it in. So I got the new fuel rail installed, the lines hooked up, and I also had, the other reason I stopped is because I had broken the fuel line. So as you can see there, I had to rig it up a little bit. So hopefully, I'm hoping and praying that that's not gonna leak. That white piece is a vacuum hose connector. It's not technically for a fuel line, but that was the best I can come up with. So hopefully that's not gonna leak. But anyways, got the new fuel injector. I can't talk today. Got the new fuel rail installed and done. So now we just gotta put everything back together. So I will get you guys back when I start putting the intake back on. I think I'm about to do that here in a few minutes. All right, guys. Well, I got the intake resealed and the new fuel rail installed. Everything's pretty much buttoned back up. I've got plenty more content on this vehicle. Like I said, a 1995 Ford Windstar. This is where I'm going to end this video. So I've just got this part of the job complete. So still not getting fuel pressure, which I don't know why. I'm gonna have to do some research. But yeah, this is gonna conclude the video on the intake resealing and the fuel rail. So if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. All right, guys.